Welcome back to the Crypto Clown World channel. I am your host with the honks, Jason Bruce, coming to you this Monday morning, the 11th of December, 2023. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to be that crazy about it, but the markets are a little crazy this morning. We did get a dump down, so the red lights are on, and with that in mind, things are looking pretty cool here, to be honest. So let me flip back over to Bitcoin. We'll get honking on in here. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could just ask you real quick, since you're here this morning, please honk the like button. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please make sure that you are, and hit the bell for notifications as well. We'll be bringing you these videos in a timely manner coming forward. And ladies and gentlemen, I am looking at the 1 hour candles for Bitcoin this morning. And what I'm seeing here is kind of a classic Bart Simpson pattern, right? Where we came up, had several waves up. Honestly, this price action was kind of ridiculous. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 waves up, with this fourth wave extremely impulsive. So once we got up there, we leveled off, right? And I was thinking maybe we were seeing some divergence that would dig us out of there, but really this ended up being like an M pattern, or it's kind of like a Bart Simpson or a double top, and it did dump us down. Lost this local point of control here, and what ended up happening is we not only hit this box that I had predetermined here around that 786 area, where we're currently consolidating quite nicely, by the way, but there was a full wick down below this entire structure here to take out stop losses, even below the critical area that I had outlined here around $40.7 thousand. But saw the volume bump back up, fairly significantly, and was bought up pretty quickly. And what that did, we'll delete that zone for now because we didn't quite make it up to that 48K level at this 1.618 extension. But what we're seeing here, where we were still in this pattern previously, consolidating at this point of control, we had a little bit of bullish divergence that came in there, actually hidden bullish divergence that touched off this rally. So now, over at the crux of this move here, this hidden bullish divergence has now extended out, since like the second to last week in November, beginning of the last week in November, now 2 or 3 weeks later. So we have stochastics in a favorable position on this 1 hour this morning, and we're trying to bounce off this hidden bullish divergence. So I heard Eric Crown, shout out to Eric Crown, check his channel out. Really technical guy, and he goes on a lot of probabilities and stuff, statistical probabilities. Pretty cool channel. Been around for a long time, smart guy. He actually referred to hidden bullish divergence as continuation divergence, which I thought was a pretty cool term. So that would kind of make sense in this situation if that's indeed what's going to happen. And what you're probably going to want to look at here is this line. If you see the price action correspond with movement on the RSI, where it's breaking out above this 50 level, which could correspond with your 0.5 fib up here somewhere in this area, which might take us out to around the middle of tomorrow. All right, and I'm just prognosticating here because time frames are probably one of the hardest things to project in the crypto space. But if we do get that bounce, that will be around the level that we'd be seeing it. And oddly enough, and I'm gonna jump into these spider lines here, because these spider lines are super important. And shout out to Paul Democrito. I was listening to your live stream from yesterday, and you said guys who draw all these lines and stuff, it just isn't technical analysis. And I love you, buddy, but I'm gonna show you how this all makes sense here. So we initially had this pattern, right, that broke out, so this created this spider line up, all right, and also this secondary spider line here. So this spider line, you're like, well, this moved right through this impulsive move. Well, you can see here that as we extended this out, it actually came right up to this point here, and I pointed out on one of the last streams that I did that we came up and had this bearish divergence that was created by that as well. So that directly corresponds with that spider line. And we also have this one that's moving down here, and this one is going to directly correspond with where that level might potentially be at this 0.5 fib. So these lines definitely can be used as support and resistance, and you can see here there was a breakout, a retest of that right on that spider line, and we came up to this other one and lost this point of control. And where this other one was extending out, where we lost this point of control, you can see that this corresponded with where the dump exactly was happening, right? You had what looked like a dragonfly reversal doji, and I don't know if I highlighted that on the show that I did yesterday, or if I was just highlighting that in the Telegram in the lounge with the CR Rhinos, and shout out to the CR Rhinos. Love you guys, and honestly, it really sucked that we couldn't get last week's podcast out. We'll work on making sure that we can get that out in a better format going forward. So, to me, this was directly corresponding with this spider line action. And if you look, you know, it came down here and basically wicked down exactly to this one. I mean, you know, within what? Few $100s, right? So all this stuff is pretty significant. If you would have played these lines in any manner, if you'd have played this divergence or this breakdown as a short, or, you know, if you'd have played the breakout on this as a long, there's a ton of different ways that you could have played this to take scalp positions on as this price action has been winding through this area. So another thing that you can determine from this is this area of confluence here, which you can see obviously there's an area of confluence with this price action. You got a 0.5 fib here, right, on your retrace. Okay, and if you look at that 0.5 fib, that's going to correspond directly over here to where this 21 MA is at. So really the idea right now is that you want this price action to jump above this spider line, negotiate this 21 MA after flipping this 0.5 fib to support, and you'll likely see this volume gap up. So you've got this volume gap, and your significant resistance here is then going to come in at around the golden pocket and around the 706 and into the 786 fib, and that's all just confluence. Okay, that's all just confluence. So if you can get above those levels, you have this point of control just above the 786. That's at 43.8. It's essentially the same level that we were highlighting yesterday morning. So likely nothing has changed, and this was just a washout. But we do have to get above these levels and make a new high in order to confirm that. If we see any rejection here, you know, it would be a really, really goofy looking pattern, first of all. But if we see any rejection at those levels, it's going to be some type of a dead cat move, and we'll have to see if we go lower, especially if we see rejection at this 21 MA / middle Bollinger Band. And we'll just zoom in a little bit, see what the 15-minute price action's looking like this morning. It's really not the strongest. Had this little chubby triangle drawn, had a brief breakout of that. No real retest of that yet. You could draw this line out there, or you could potentially extend this out here. And you may be getting a little bit of an ascending triangle going. It may come back down here a little further, so let's project that out. For right now, I'm going to use the Bollinger Band as support. We'll see if that turns into a bull flag, if we can get the 15-minute stochastics to reset. Otherwise, things potentially could get ugly here this morning. And the 30-minute wants to lose this 21 MA, so really kind of need to hold that. Hold some local support here on this 7-minute. really seeing any bearish divergence that should kill us there, but market potentially moving bullish or bearish, excuse me, this morning. So we'll have to keep an eye on how this price action is moving, and Ethereum's kind of moving in a little bit of a similar pattern here as well. A little bit of an ascending triangle, still negotiating this point of control. All right, and I'm going to flip over to Matic real quick. We did have this breakout of this falling wedge on the 4 hour, and it's now kind of turned into a cup and handle situation potentially. And we are seeing a couple drives of hidden bullish divergence there. Okay, after we had the dump down, so really dump down to the point of control locally here. Could just call this consolidation at this point, with this being a cup and handle. But with this hidden bullish divergence, that is a nice sign there, and that could give you the breakout, you know, potentially close to this next target that I had set out, which was 132. I don't know if it'll take you quite that high. Maybe 120, 123 area. All right, I hope the music wasn't too loud this morning, folks. If you're enjoying the music, or if you're enjoying this news broadcast this morning, Bitcoin news broadcast on the 11th of December, Tuesday, 2023, please make sure that you're honking the like button and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for notifications. We'll bring you more updates like this in a timely manner in the future. Okay, if we see more breakdown for Matic, we could definitely see more breakdown. All right, not ruling it out. If we see more breakdown for Matic of like this M pattern here, right? Potential M pattern. Well, if this is an M pattern, it'll be a nasty one. And to take you down to around the 886 at around 55 cents. So that'd be real nasty for anyone holding any leveraged long positions like myself, which I am still in a nice profit on. I probably could have taken a little more profit up here at this top. But honestly, if you look at this, it didn't show me a bearish divergence. Okay, so there wasn't really any reason to freak out about that. So the idea being that I should still be able to hold my position, which I did take here just above the breakout of this point of control. So we'll continue to monitor this market. Another coin that I think is probably something that people may want to just jump into right now because it looks to be breaking out. And if you're not in this coin, I am sorry, but it is finally gravitating towards the 200 weekly moving average, that white line there, where I do have that target set out. And I am long on BNB from around this area at the 200 daily on this breakout. All right, not heavy leverage, but the idea is if you flip this 200 weekly to support, and it looks like you're in a similar situation to what Bitcoin was in before, where you were consolidating under that 200 weekly for quite a while, for the first time actually since its inception back here, okay, in the bull run in 2021. And also with BNB, something to note, these highs came in here earlier than other coins. May of 2021. This coin has been in a downtrend ever since, in this falling wedge. All right, and within this falling wedge, this awesome looking Adam and Eve double bottom with this really nice cup and handle, potentially even inverse head and shoulders type of a breakout, where you're seeing maybe even a little bit more Adam and Eve consolidation that was going on right there, and now coming up to the point of control on this 5-day time frame. BNB is looking fantastic right now, not to mention the bullish divergence there. So BNB, I am hoping to hold my low leverage swing long until it is hitting new all-time highs, potentially even over $1,000. So that's an attractive looking coin. And something to keep an eye on too is your total 3. We did have the breakout on the 4-hour candles on the beginning of the month to start the Santa rally, right? And topped out locally this past Saturday when things were getting pretty heated. And I stepped away from the computer for just a couple hours and things started coming down, and I was like, well, I'll give it a little bit of time, and now here we are. So this line isn't like support or anything, but it's just a potential move where if we hold support here, we could see the total 3 market cap over 500 billion. So could see more than another 10% move come into the total market cap, which would exclude Bitcoin and Ethereum and include everything else within the top 100 other than stable coins. So based on this, unless we lose this support here somehow at like 411, 412 billion, is this being a retest of this structure and maybe the 200 weekly, and I wouldn't freak out too much. Honestly, with this hidden bullish divergence, there's a decent chance that we hold support here, and realistically, when you look at how this pattern unfolded for the altcoins all throughout November, you came up above this 200 weekly, wick down, came back up, wick down, came back up, came down, tested as support, came back down, faked out downside tweezer bottom, came back up, came back down, held as support, came back up, never touched it again. And as you broke out of this pattern, quite likely that was the last time that price action will be touching the 200 weekly for the altcoins for a decent period of time as we move into this run. And it may be that we have an extended run for altcoins, some sort of an extended alt season. We'll have to keep an eye on that, but for right now, Bitcoin's still consolidating around this point of control. We do have to make sure that we're holding these local levels, and there is still, potential come back down, double bottom here around this 41.3, even a little bit lower, retest this spider line here, right? 40,000 area, 40.4 area, maybe even 40.1 to create a lower low. So we'll continue to watch that consolidation, but if we stay in this triangle, decent chance to dig out and negotiate our way up to these other levels that I was talking about. And again, the key area here, as it has been the last couple days, right around 43,840, 43,850. We'll call it 44,000, okay, because that's the upper part of this volume node, okay? So if we start seeing closures above 44,000, even on like a 4-hourly basis, you can expect a lot more momentum to come into the market. With that in mind, I am Jason Bruce. This is Crypto Clown World. On your way out, folks, if you didn't on the way in, please, I implore you, honk the like button, get subscribed to my channel. Make sure that you have selected the bell for notifications so we can bring you these broadcasts in a timely manner in the future, folks. I love you. Have yourselves a fantastic Tuesday. Or excuse me, Monday. I was saying Tuesday earlier, wasn't I? It's not Tuesday. It's Monday. Might be False Move Monday. Alright, folks. I'm going to cut it short, 20 minutes. Again, have yourselves a fantastic and blessed day, and this is Crypto Clown World. Take care, much love, see you soon.